Hey, everybody. Today I'm asking if you like this show, would you head over to iTunes and leave a review? Just go to coolcatteacher.com/iTunes and it will take you to the show on iTunes, and you can give it stars, or even better, if you leave a rating. It really does make a difference and it helps other teachers find the show. Thanks. You know, sometimes things just don't make sense. Well, seasoned and award-winning educator Jerry Blumengarten, also known as at Cyberman1, has some things to talk about in episode 414. Get rid of Lockstep test prep.
The 10-Minute Teacher Podcast with Vicki Davis. Every weekday, you'll learn powerful, practical ways to be a more remarkable teacher today.
So today we're talking with one of my friends, Jerry Blumengarten. And Jerry, today we're going to talk about breaking the lockstep of test prep and preparing kids for life. Now, I didn't come up with that title. You did. What do you mean, the lockstep of test prep, and why does it have you so upset? Wow. What? Like, I don't understand this. I had a guy come in and he had shot all this drone footage of the Holy Land and was showing my kids how he merged it with like filming off Google Earth. And like, I love it when people come to my classroom. I don't understand. Okay, so you're in Florida and they're saying we don't let people come in schools. Even though you've traveled the world teaching teachers how to use technology and you've won all these awards, but we don't want you. Oh, I don't even, and I've heard of this is not just a Florida thing. There's other districts that are doing. So what should they be doing? Go ahead. And now see, here's the thing is you're a positive, encouraging person. That's who you are. That's who you are by nature. But you sound discouraged and frustrated. Like what? Well, and do you think collaboration is contagious? I mean, if you have schools that, do you think that schools are taking this approach for a liability reason of, we don't know who you are, so we're concerned, or what? I'm just trying to understand. Yeah, I mean, there's some happening, but it's limited. It's not. I do feel like, I mean, I started blogging in 2005, and there's times where I see these conversations and, everybody's saying, oh, Twitter's been around for 10 years now, at least. And some of the same conversations keep getting recycled. And sometimes it doesn't feel like things are changing. What? Taking tests. Oh, uh, Oh, and see, that is so ludicrous. And they don't even teach voice typing, because the argument against, see, I teach keyboarding is, and they'll say, oh, well, voice typing, but they don't even know how to voice type. Most kids, I mean, my school, obviously we do it, but okay, so you're not teaching keyboarding, you're not teaching voice typing, and the problem is, once they learn the wrong way, as a keyboarding teacher for the last 17 years, you almost cannot reteach them. Yeah, but you can still, I mean, if you use two fingers, statistically, you can type 28 words a minute. Well, I type 128 words a minute, and many of my students type an average around 60 words a minute. There's such a profound lifetime difference between somebody who can type 28 and 60 and 128. And it's a shame. And it's so what makes you the angriest about all this? Now, you were a teacher, and you were obviously relevant and accomplished a lot. What's your message to the teachers who are listening now, who feel like they're stuck in a lockstep test prep school? So we know, there's a whole lot of frustration, and rightfully so. We should be changing faster. But could you give some encouragement to the teachers who, they are where they are, but we've got to motivate and encourage and help teachers change what they can change, which is their classroom. And you don't feel alone. I can tell you that from my experience. Well, but that's something you uniquely do. I know that you have very often messaged me and asked how I was doing as a person. And that means a lot, because there are people behind the Twitter handles. As you know, we've gone through the hurricane here, and you actually stopped and said, okay, how are you? And I think that is a life skill. That is, people are not just numbers and handles, they're people. Oh, that's so much fun. So go ahead. So educators, as you've listened to Jerry, it's easy to get frustrated and upset. And I do think that we need to have particularly policymakers who listen to the show, administrators, we do need to have a sense of frustration. I just picture all of these teachers in this Lockstep test prep who are aching to break out of formation and to be able to teach what's important. I think this is an important visual for us of what we don't want to be. Because here's the thing, is creativity scores are declining for the first time in history in the United States. And what do we need more? The number 2 skill needed by the year 2020, creativity. It's jumped way up the list of workforce development. We need creativity. And how can you have that when all we do is bubble in answers? We've just got to be more and do more. Thank you, Jerry. Did you want to add something at the end? You can add another sentence or two at the end. I feel like there's something left there that you want to say. You sure? Well, let's add that. Yeah. Okay. So let's add another little ending. So I would be remiss if we ended the show without talking about all of Jerry's resources. He is known as the Cybrary Man. I know you're Cybrary Man 1, and I guess that means there's another Cybrary Man out there, but there's only one. Well, you're the only one in my book. Tell us about the resources you have, Jerry. Awesome. Thanks for all of your resources. And you do have resources on creativity, right? Do you have a page on test prep? You do. Yeah, absolutely. So many need to know. Yeah. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you for listening to the 10-Minute Teacher Podcast. You can download the show notes and see the archive at coolcatteacher.com/podcast. Never stop learning.